Hey, well, this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day. And I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And for those coming in for the first time, I thank you. And for those tuning in to me consistently, I thank you for your support. Well, today I'm talking about your time. I'm talking about time, how important time is, and how time is very precious, and how time goes very quickly if you're wasting time. My sister and the brethren out there, there's always something to do, always something to learn. My sister and the brethren out there, there's all. And then when somebody tells me that they're bored, I tell them that you're not learning anything. And because you're not learning anything, you're gonna be idle. And then when somebody tells me that they're bored, I tell them that you're not learning. Yes, and I have the legendary um, Public Enemy, the hip hop rap group that came out back in the late '80s, early '90s. Public Enemy, one of the members of Public Enemy, hip hop golden era group, Favor Flav, Favor Flav, and one thing Favor Flav said: time is a very important element, and you can stop, but time does not stop. Time doesn't stop for nobody. It just keeps going. You always should be reading or doing something to stimulate your brain. Or if you're in the position that you're in, let's say, for example, you're not making enough money, tap into some resources that can make money, like in business. Maybe try to get resources, try to get and look into a grant that you can find out about, that you can actually apply for a grant for a small business loan. But first, you got to come up with an idea. So there's no such thing as a person always being bored. We're not children no more, and time goes. Time just goes. And before you know it, next year is approaching us. Then the following year, then you're getting older. So always, if time just slows down for you, always tap into something that you can learn. It's always good to learn something new. It's always good to re-innovate yourself, to elevate yourself and reinvent yourself. It's always good to do that. Maybe you want to get into something that can help you with making more income. And I always mention the online business because these days you're trying to work smarter, not harder. So if you're in a situation where you're not making enough and you need some extra and you don't want to work, instead of working, when you have finished working 8 hours on your last job, you don't want to work another 8 hours. I'm making 16 hours a day. If you don't want to do that, tap into to the remote opportunity. Try to tap into that. You should not be bored, and time is a very precious thing that you don't want to waste. Let's get into a scripture. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1. For everything there is a season, and there is a time for every purpose under the sun. My sister and brethren out there, there's a season and time for everything under the sun. And we don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste time. And there's a season for everything. Not everything you tap into is for you. And you just gotta find, and you don't have time to waste. You just gotta find what God is saying to you by just praying and asking God to guide you, to show you what the right path to take for your future. Whether you want to retire your job or whether you want to look into something brand new. But just don't sit there and waste time. And if you're on social media, at least 4 or 5 hours on social media and you're not getting nothing out of it, just browsing through social media, you're not posting positive or anything that can lift you, or you're not making any money off of social media, you are wasting your time. All those hours wasting your time on social media. Yeah, so got an article that I want to read. According to the research from the University of Michigan, an estimated 210 million people worldwide suffer from addiction to social media and the internet. According to the source that was found on March 28, 2024. And it's crazy because people are addicted to social media. Some people are addicted to social media, but they're just not gaining any skills by just floating through social media, just looking at content to make this to entertain them, and they're addicted to it. But it's not they're not getting anything. All they get is entertainment, but they're not really getting any, they're not edifying their minds or their brains. You can learn some things on social media, but you can learn a lot of things on social media, it's news source and everything. But if you just floating, just scrolling through social media and not gaining anything, and you're not striving to really see how you can, especially if you're in a situation where you're struggling financially and you're not gaining any knowledge to make any source of income to help your family, then you're wasting your time. Yes, a survey in 2019 found that 40% of US online users aged 18 to 22 years reported feeling addicted to social media. And it was in December of 6th, 2021, are addicted to social media and is continuing to be addicted to social media. However, prevalence of social media addiction among social media users and was 36.9% prevalence of mild addiction. Yeah, you can have your fun. You can have your fun on social media, and but also look at things that can edify you. Look at things that you can learn, that you can actually that you can actually take it and maybe earn some income, earn some income to make extra money, and be able to find out about other resources out there. Look, there was one person that was like didn't know, did not had no idea that you can make money on Facebook. Did not know that there was a Facebook marketplace. Did not know that you can actually make money by posting videos, motivational videos, and didn't know these things. And being and having your Facebook page monetized, or having your Instagram page monetized, or your TikTok page monetized. Didn't know these things. Listen, for a lack of knowledge, my people will perish. So don't waste time. Time is precious, and it's always good to learn about new things. Always good. And you don't have all the time in the world. Before you know it, if you're a parent, your kids will be older. And if you're a kid, time goes fast. I know it goes very fast. So don't waste time. Stop wasting time on things that can't help you. It's time to learn about new things, get knowledge and gain knowledge about things you can tap into to help you in your situation. And also, when it comes to time and gaining knowledge about learning about certain things, always strive to eat healthy. Eat healthy, because stop wasting time eating junk that's not gonna build up your body community. Because as you get older, we gotta start eating better. Yes, and I always tell people to There's always learning and getting together with people that are learning about treating their body right. It's never too late. But you know when it's too late? When the ailment comes on you. That's when it's too late. If you get sick and if God give you a second chance and He's putting somebody in your life and you're taking a moment to learn about eating right, you can better your health, especially eating the right foods. Do not let anybody waste your time hanging out with them, eating pizza late, eating food that cannot build up your immune system, and you're getting sick. Always good to learn about nutritious foods and things that's right for your body. Don't waste time and allowing somebody to waste your time with just eating all the wrong foods. Drinking alcohol every week. You're drinking beer, you have a six pack in your fridge. You're eating pizza every Friday night because you don't want to cook. Try to eat better because we're getting older. Don't let nobody keep hanging out with you and wasting time eating junk because in the long run, your body pays for it. There is a season for everything. And some people, they just like to waste their time. Always all they can think about is having a good time. But you gotta make that choice and say, listen, I gotta do more constructive things in my life. I got goals I gotta reach, and I don't have time to waste. There is a season for everything. And some people, they just like, and fellas, it's no time to hug the block. Stop hugging the block. It's time to build yourself up mentally, build yourself up financially, and build yourself up spiritually. If somebody always wants you to hang on the block, just kicking it, wasting time, it's a waste of time. Stop wasting time. We're getting older. You don't. But by the time you turn around, you're 20 years old would be 30 years old. You're 30 years old would be 40 years old. You're 40 years old would be 50 years old. Stop wasting time and just hugging the blocks. Get off from around the corner, get on the computer, and start learning and getting resources to help yourself out and your family out. Stop hugging the block. You don't need to hug the block. That's a waste of time. Even when I was a youth, I used to just pass people by. I started hugging the block for maybe a few times in my life growing up. But I realized I'm like, man, what am I doing? It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time just hanging on a street corner in front of a bodega, in front of a store. Waste of time hanging in front of a grocery store, just watching everybody just walk by. Everybody moving and you stop. Everybody flowing by and you just stop. Stop hugging the block. Time everybody's going and you just stop. Stop letting brothers waste your time and just hugging the block. Stop it. And yes, as you get older, we are going to get old. If God spares our life to get a certain age, but you don't want to waste time. You want to have the quality of life. You want to have the quality of life even when you get even when you get the golden age. And yes, we are going to get older. So the thing is this. And if you look around, like what Flavor Flav said earlier, you could stop, but time does not stop. Time does not stop for no one. You can waste time, but time does not slow down. You ever rush to work? I rush to work 5 days a week. And time goes. Time goes. So use your time wisely and use your time very wisely and ask God for guidance and stop allowing people and stop sitting there just wasting time on social media if you're just wait or just scrolling through just to get entertained. It's always good to learn and tap into different resources to help yourself and your family. So my sister and brethren out there, just use your time wisely and continue to with God and move wisely and read God's word. Every now and then, some of us get the spirit of laziness, but we just gotta remember if you have a goal to reach and you're not satisfied where you're at in life, maybe financially or maybe physically, and you want to change, it's no time to slouch and just keep watching your apps, Netflix, Hulu, and not do anything. You have to do something. You got to get up, exercise. If you want to reach your goal, you want to be healthy, these are the things you got to do. And the only way to do that is to wake up, smell the coffee. It's time to keep moving. No time to daydream. And there's a season for everything under the sun. A season. And there's going to be people, friends that come in your life, and they only with you for that moment. Whether if it's whether it's a girlfriend that you're dating and you break up because she was only there for a moment, or a boyfriend that broke up with you, they were only there for a moment. They were only there for a moment. Or friends. They have friends that come and go in your life. They were only there for a season and a moment. And that's one thing I had to learn, that when certain people they come in your life, you connect with them, and then maybe a few months later, a year later, 3 years later, they're only there for a moment in your life because they already served their purpose in your life. And God allowed them to be in your life for a moment and for a season. Now the season is over, and now you got to move on. And God is telling you, okay, don't hang on with that person because it was only there for a season. Or don't go back dating that person because that person was only for a season. People come in your out of your life. Certain people come in your life only for a season. And sometimes you're heartbroken. Sometimes you don't understand why somebody's breaking up with you. But God has a plan for your life. And remember, that person was only there for a season. You never know what other door is going to open up for you. But first, you got to close that chapter in your life. And God got something better for you. There's only there for a season. And not only in relationships, it's also with jobs too. And sometimes you're in jobs for just a season, or you're in a certain job for a season. Then God opens up a new door for you. You got to think about it that way. It's just for a season. And a live word of the day is coming out of Ephesians 5:16, making the best use of your time because the days are evil. Making the best use of your time because the days are evil. And yes, we got to make the best use of our time because the devil always finds idle minds. If you're idle, he's going to find mischievous things for you to get into. Well, this is Zaccheus. With another live word of the day, God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings.